Welcome back to the channel. I know you guys experience this a lot. I know you guys cannot stand when some shit like this be happening, bro. I know how much you guys hate it, and I've been there. Because you don't know. And what you don't know, you don't know. But once you know, then you know. And you know it's no big deal. But just listen to this. If you're ever talking to a girl and then it just kind of fizzles out, it stops, she might message you again. Here's the thing. If she messages you again and then you reply with a decent reply, up to a good reply, and you give her something to say back and she just leaves your message and goes ghost. What you must understand is this girl isn't doing this because she doesn't want to talk to you. She's doing this because she wants to talk to you, but she wants to know that you want to talk to her and you're not just tolerating her. So, if you're talking to somebody, some girl, you start talking, the wheels are in motion, and it kind of just fizzles out. You're not really pursuing that much. You're not showing that much interest. Because the way you think as a man is she should be showing interest in you as well. She should be showing effort. She should be doing all this kind of stuff. But that's not how women think. And if you're talking to a girl, man, that you actually like, the energy is going to be different. You're gonna be pursuing that, bro. You're gonna be putting in some work, and she's gonna know. So with some women you talk to, they might not know. They might not know how much interest you have, because some of you guys are dealing with some girls. You have high interest, but you're not necessarily showing it because some of you think, if I show her I care too much, then she'll leave. So you play this game where you're not showing her too much, but now she thinks you don't have much interest, so she's going to veer off, because when she veers off, this is going to tell her answers sooner. Well, if he comes back and messages me again, then I guess it means he cares. So, bro, that's the thing. Women will do stuff like this. You just got to pay attention. And I know, man, it's annoying, and you don't want to make it seem like you're desperate for her. You don't want to necessarily chase her. You can pursue. You cannot chase. When women do this, bro, they're giving you another this is what goes on in their head. It's not that you messed up. It's just this is what's going on in their head. When they do this, they're giving you another opportunity to pursue again by ghosting you. And if you don't, and she really likes you, 3 days to a week is going to go by, and she's going to hit you up again. And when she hits you up again, and you say something, and she ignores it, she's basically trying to tell you, pursue me harder. Show me that you like me more than you're doing it right now. Show me that you like me more than you're currently showing me right now, because it's not enough for me to be sold. That's what she's thinking. I'm just telling you that now. Because do you think in your right mind, bro, that a woman's going to talk to you, then it's going to stop, and then she's going to message you again many days later, up to a week, and you're going to respond and she's going to say nothing? Do you think in your right mind she doesn't see something in you and value in you? Of course she does. She would not, bro. Women don't mess with you if they don't like you at all. They won't do it. I've had plenty of talking stages with girls, bro. I've had plenty of those go on throughout my life, and there is some that I did not pick up on, and they were trying to make me pursue a little bit harder, and I didn't, and it just kind of fizzles out, and they get upset, bro, because they think you don't like them that much, and you have all these other options, and you're dealing with other girls and everything else. But in actuality, you just didn't want to come off desperate. You just didn't want to come off like you're chasing. So miscommunication can ruin many good things in life. You just didn't know. You thought, I can't chase. I can't do this because now I look like an idiot. When you're talking to women, bro, it can't be that serious. It can't be that serious. You gotta have the balls to be able to like act like a fool sometimes and just be yourself, man. That's enough. That is fair enough, man. Like, you never know what women have going on their end either. You never know. You never know how far in they are with some other guys they're talking to. Even if you're more attractive than a guy that she's dealing with, if she's further in with another guy, she's probably going to go with that and not just jump ship. Because for all she knows, you could be a player, which she doesn't know. So don't take offense if women just stop talking to you sometimes, because it's going to happen. They're not all just single and waiting and not dealing with anybody else. Guys, they're dealing with people all the fucking time. They're 6 months in with this guy. They're 4 months in with this guy. They're 3 months in with this guy. They're 1 month in with that guy. They're a couple days in with this guy. That's the game. And eventually everyone else exits and they end up with one person. Unless they actually stay single. But women today, they're never single, man. They're never single. No. They're most certainly not. You just might think so, but nah. So, like I said, you just got to be willing to take some chances, guys. It doesn't have to be so serious. Like, be playful with women, bro. Like, say some outlandish shit sometimes. Be funny. Be carefree. Don't be so, you gotta say the right message and all this stuff, bro. You gotta get out of that. And to be honest, having multiple options helps, because you're not gonna care. You start to be yourself with these girls. You start to be a little bit silly, playful, funny. You're just that guy, bro. You don't really care. You got a wide variety of options. You don't got to worry about saying the wrong thing. That shit's stupid, man. That's no. You gotta get out of that. You got to know how to have a better conversation with these girls, man. Some women are hard to talk to. I'm not gonna lie. It's not all on you. Because, yep, some girls are hard to talk to. And no matter what you say, it's hard to make them laugh because they're miserable. And then there's some girls where you can make them die in laughter because they're not that miserable, and they accept your energy and you make them laugh. That's the kind of girl you want. If you're a funny guy, bro, and you can't make a woman laugh because she's so miserable, what do you think she's going to be like as a wife? She's going to take your head off, boy. She's going to be annoyed with you real quick. Oh, yeah. She's going to be annoyed with you real quick, boy. And that's because she's miserable. You don't want a miserable wife. You want a good wife. You want a wife that you can make laugh, that you can make happy, that is happy, that is attractive, who's has a good sense of humor herself. Not some miserable person, man, just can't even crack a smile. You don't want that. And if they can crack a smile, it's like a fake smile. You don't want that. You want someone who's got their, wits about themselves, and yeah, because it's not fun dealing with miserable people, man or woman. You don't want to be around it, bro. People who's just all just hard up, and nah, you don't want that. Covert narcs are also dangerous because they can come off like a genuine, like a genuine girl, let's say, for example, and you get love bombed, and you're in this, you're in over your head. You're in over your head. You're getting love bombed. You believe it's real love, and then all of a sudden, you get the rug pulled out from underneath you, and you're on your back. And that's the type of shit, bro, that can turn you into like a more of a serious person. And it happened to me, and I lost myself for a while a long time ago. And even people noticed it in me, man, like, man, you're not the same. Like, you got right serious. When you go through some shit, bro, you're not all that happy inside. Like, you got to always be yourself and remain yourself and not let anything take you away from that. Because today's world, man, it's good at doing it. And to be honest, a lot of my misery in life came from women. And I'm not saying that to put a knock on women. I'm just 100% serious, bro. My friends, like, I had it pretty good with friends throughout my life. There's a few things that happened that wasn't all good. But I mean, women affected my life for at least multiple years of my life, man. Like, I didn't feel right because of women and what they've done. So you got to be careful, then, man. You got to be careful because they're dangerous. They're conniving. And you catch a woman, bro, who's not in the right state of mind, she is going to ruin your life, by. Or at least ruin years of your life. And that shit's not fun to deal with, man. Women are not fun. When women aren't right in the head, they're not fun people to be around. They're not fun people to be attached to. They're dangerous. They're very dangerous. But anyways, there's a lot of games going on, as we all know, in this generation, in this society. The way dating is nowadays, a lot of it's digital. A lot of it's over the phone. You got to prove yourself over text or Snapchat or Instagram DMs or somewhere before you even get them in real life. Not all of them, but some. The games that go on is just insane. Women think every guy they date is a serial killer for some weird reason. And I get it. Women got to be careful too of the dangers of the world, but come on. Not every guy out here is a serial killer. In fact, there's a very low percentage. But yeah, at the same time, I get it. But what they don't get is our lives are also in danger. Because we can get completely love bombed, manipulated by a female. And it's dangerous. A lot can happen to you, bro. You can get sucked into such a deep, dark hole. And it's hard to get out of it, man. Especially when you get love bombed by somebody. It's ridiculously hard to get out of that. Yeah. At the end of the day, guys are capable of playing women. Women are capable of playing guys. That's why so many games go on. Nobody trusts nobody. you talk to people and you know they're talking to other people when you're talking to them. It's something you just got to deal with and understand that this is a part of the world now. And everything is going to happen in the end the way it's supposed to. You're going to end up with the person you're supposed to end up with. Sometimes people can get lost short term and come back. I've had girls probably talk to me before, and they just stop, like I said. And if you chase after them, nothing's going to happen. If you leave it be, they come back. You leave it be, they will come back. Because they see you're not desperate, you won't chase. And sometimes they have to explore a little bit and understand that, that guy that I just ignored, he's the best. He's the best guy. And I decide to ignore him and search around. This guy's the best. Let me hit him up again. That happens, bro. I'm telling you now. And as a man, when that happens with women, you can't take it personally, and you just gotta, if you want to, but you gotta go with it again. You gotta cut women a bit of slack. They have a lot of emotions. They make some pretty stupid decisions sometimes out of their emotions, but it is what it is. You just gotta cut them a bit of slack and just understand that it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. Your father, bro, and your mother and your father. Do you think your mother made it easy for your father? Good chance they went through their own trials and tribulations. But your father was strong enough mentally to stick through the stuff that happened. So you got to do the exact same thing. Women aren't trying to mess up the only life they have. Really, really stupid females will do that. And they will mess up real quick. They'll have a kid really early on in life. And is she with him anymore? No. Any girl that I know that got knocked up in between the age of 18 to about 22 are no longer with the guy that they had a kid with. Dead ass serious, bro. Because they didn't know what they were doing. You got to know what you're doing. Why do you think women test so much? Why do you think women play so many games? Because they're not trying to be like that. And the reason it's so confusing to you as a man is because you know you're a good guy. And you know that you live up to that. Like, you're known as that. You have that kind of notoriety. You're not known to be some bad person. So to you, it's kind of crazy that all these games are being played, because it's like, we could just do it for real right now, but they play games. It's just something you got to accept, bro. And it's as crazy as you guys talking for a bit, her going ghost. And let's say, for example, you don't say a word, she might hit you back. And then when you reply, she goes ghost again. It's because she wants you to pursue a little bit harder. She wants you to have a little bit more enthusiasm towards this. At least some. Show her a little more something. Because she don't want to be just another option of yours. She sees you as someone that's worthy. So you got to show her that to some degree, and that she's not just another girl in your phone. Because they all think, bro. They all think. Every guy's doing it. A lot of guys are doing it. And they're doing it themselves, so why wouldn't you? They don't know that. So do you just get it? This is what goes on in their mind, and I do believe the more that you know as a man that what goes on through the mind of a woman, the easier it is to understand them. It's so hard when you don't get it. You think the opposite of what they're thinking all the time because you don't understand. When you understand, it gets easier, and you start making the right moves, and you start having success that you were never having, because every time she tested you, you failed it. You did something because you thought it was something different, and it just ruined everything. But now when you get tested and things go that way, you know what to do to get that back. Does that make sense? This is where a lot of men are messing up. This is what I do so many calls on and about with guys in their particular situations. And it's easy to read, bro, once you understand the mind of a woman. This is what we do. What was once upon a time hard and difficult now becomes easy. And if you want her, she's yours for the taking. That's it. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.